missing. I want to chill with her again. I can't wait till the
You can hear the roar here at the United Center. It's the Miami Heat and Chicago.
I gotta go there.
Unplug your music so I can hear it.
Huh?
Unplug your music so I can hear it.
My phone don't even play that much.
So?
It's gonna be
I can play it on your phone.
Cause you're on the phone with me.
And here it comes, the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. So the opening lineup for the Heat, we've got Shaquille O'Neal. Hardaway is out there with Dwayne Wade. Then there's Mourning, and it's James in at the 3, the small forward. Now here's Shaq. Good work defensively by Pippen. The drive by Jordan. Mourning with some nice D. Chicago on defense. Bulls made the postseason for the 10th time in their last 11 seasons. Last year, they have become a fixture, Greg, in the playoffs in the East.
And how about last season? Kevin had that interdivision matchup in their first round against up-and-coming Bucks. Some hiccups for them in that series, but they were able to prevail.
Jordan's gone 1 of 3 on the night. James outside. The baseline J. Offensive rebound. Mourning's shot is good.
And you know, it took them a while to get going, but they finally connected now.
That's LeBron on the Bulls.
The drive by Jordan, and it's Shaquille O'Neal with the foul. That's his first foul.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
Jordan and O'Neal with the block. And here we go. Fast break. Wade's got it. And LeBron gets it to go with the assist by Wade.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
Now here's Rose. Here's Gilmore. Heat have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far.
I'm gonna call you back after this. Comment. Just comment and watch my video.
Here's Mourning, and that one is hammered home.
And he bangs down the one-hander.
2 very easy.
Hold on. Huh.
Wow.
Points right there for sure.
He'll take those all day.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
No question.
Oh,
he got
my boy,
yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
Bulls shooting their first free throws of the game.
Yeah, looking over their percentage on the season, I think they will be thrilled with the number in terms of their free throw percentage, 79.
Guys, that says a lot about the poise of this team. I mean, they've been so calm, cool, and consistent at the stripe this year. I mean, that's impressive.
Now, here is O'Neal. Tried to dunk it home, but drew the foul, and he'll go to the line.
Well, I think it's been said about 1,000 times now how Coach Spoelstra started as a video coordinator with the Heat, but he's been with the organization for so long, they are starting to become synonymous.
I can tell her to watch my video.
Shaquille, your free throw is
Babe, watch, babe. You can comment.
Look at this. He didn't even hit the rim.
Trash.
Greg, as you said, Spoelstra has been with the Heat for so long now in his 8th season. He was handpicked by Pat Riley to lead the team, and Riley Clark kind of molded him in his image.
And it was clear that Pat Riley believes in him and continues to believe in him. Coach Spoelstra has had very high expectations on his shoulders ever since taking over the team, and he's actually lived up to it.
Hardaway with the steal. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And finished off by LeBron.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Guys, this one is threatening to get really ugly. Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teams.
O'Neal, and he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
With that reverse jam, the fans got a little extra show there.
That one definitely had something, you're right, extra on it.
Man, I got to pick my jaw off the floor after that one, guys.
Wade, he's checking. In for Jordan. Here's Wade. And Wade sends it back. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Rodman. Rose kicks to Rodman. Hardaway with the steal. To the middle. Here's James. Yes, and it's Hardaway picking up the assist. And that's now 6 points for LeBron. And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for the Heat.
Well, you have to admire their intensity in the paint defensively. I mean, really contesting and even blocking shots. Definitely a factor early.
Yeah, the other thing, though, is they have a tank in the open floor. They're definitely getting a lot of easy ones.
Hey, baby, they trolling me already.
So for the Bulls,
we playing for fun,
Joakim Noah is checked in for Rodman. Butler comes in for Pippen. And Gordon subbed in for Derrick Rose.
Yeah, but already killed you 5-2,
Whiteside comes in for Shaq. And Chris
4-2,
Bosh is
still
subbed in
beat you,
for
though.
Morning. Now here's Butler. Noah the screen for the three. Rebounded by Hardaway.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
Yeah, nothing major, not a huge advantage, but certainly a good sign for them going forward.
And how about the grasp they had on the game plan for this one?
You know, I know it's early, but I don't think I'm going out on a limb when I say we could be headed for a blowout.
But this ain't fair, bro. You pick Heat, bro, and they got 2 Dwayne Wades
you look
on
back
bro.
at the 2015 Heat, the injuries
you're supposed to pick the same person. They got the same team
down
on.
from Chris Bosh with the debilitating blood.
Such a
Dwayne
strong
Wade been
finisher
on the Heat for
on the
so
fast
long.
break.
And Greg, I love the fact he's always in
You
control.
just now know, bro. Pick a different team, bro. Pick a different team, bro. Why would you pick the same person that's on my team on your team? Dwayne, you're retarded. You don't know your teams if you didn't know that. You real retarded. You don't know your teams. You didn't know that. What are you doing? Are you fool? Oh my God. Milwaukee Bucks, yeah.
Man, this ain't fair. I just get to watch you.
What?
I get to watch you.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
With the Diesel and the Jet, this is Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. It's basketball out in Oklahoma City, Chesapeake Energy Arena to be exact. We'll see the Thunder go up against the Milwaukee Bucks. Well, for the Bucks, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. There are a lot of explosive offensive players on the Thunder, but one thing they do so well that gets overlooked is rebounding basketball. Just how good is this team on the glass, Shaq?
Well, they led the NBA last year in total rebounds as well as offensive rebounds. Everybody on their team can grab an offensive rebound, but my favorite guy on that team grabbing a rebound, Russell Westbrook.
Wow, because, you know, they have size and strength in every spot. That's what makes them difficult to guard and match up against. But the last thing is they probably play with the most effort than any team in the NBA.
That'll wrap it up. Let's go courtside, and we'll see you later.
You can hear the roar here in Oklahoma City. We've got the Milwaukee Bucks facing the Oklahoma City Thunder. Great to have you with us, everybody.
Ah,
on
man.
2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Tip-off goes to Milwaukee. All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. Setting the floor for the Bucks. Robertson is out there with Allen. Then it's Dandridge. Then it's Kareem. And it's Cummings with the force.
It doesn't matter who you're rooting for. You've got to appreciate a reverse throwdown like that.
Mark, those kinds of dunks are how reputations are built.
And he's already, guys, got a pretty good
Oh, this is the old one with James Harden.
Here's Dandridge. Over in the corner, Allen. Three-pointer.
No, don't leave that boy Ray open.
Cummings
Come
kicks
on
to
now.
Abdul-Jabbar.
He got
Has to
that shot.
Robertson. And it's Abdul-Jabbar penetrating. And Durant sends it back. Here's Westbrook. Boom, he chains it straight down.
And really, he epitomizes what a point guard.
Oh, ship it, big kid.
His skill as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Well, that's a nice surge for them just when they needed it in a game that was so tight.
Milwaukee's gone 0-2 from deep here. Well, Clark, the Bucks were much improved on the road last season, going 18-23.
Yeah, they were very competitive. This young team fought hard and rarely found themselves out of games on the road, which is a good sign for the future.
Oh, Allen for three. Can't get it to go. So the Thunder will take it the other way.
He broke this
For the
one.
finish, and finished off by Westbrook.
And, folks, he does more than just put 2 points onto their lead. He does it with a little bit of flair.
He sure does. You're right. It's a dazzling move to the bucket for him.
I'll tell you what, he may not be the biggest man in the league, guys, but he more than makes up for that lack of size. Amazing aerial skills.
Tati, why you ain't watching?
And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter.
Oh, you high. Oh, filthy. You was watching. Now you not.
Westbrook's got 11 points.
His switch has definitely been flipped to on this quarter, guys.
Here's Robertson.
Oh, Nate
and Durant sends it back. And now a fast break for the Thunder.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it.
Man, but she knew she was just watching. Now she talking about she watching. It say no viewers.
Milwaukee on D. They trail by 9 points. And Durant gets double teamed.
Bag him up in the paint.
He dishes it to Harden. Lock at 6.
Go. Wait. Why you play?
A strong
jump shot.
Good
jump shot today.
Yeah, they're scoring with confidence, Greg, making them count in the early going here.
This is it to Robertson. The Bucks working the ball around.
He broke.
Shot to stop the drought.
Wait.
It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
Hitting Durant.
Abdul-Jabbar with the block.
Oh, I gotta go back to my music.
And there's the pass.
Sorry, man, I have to go back to my music.
Gets that one to fall after missing his first 2. 1 for 3 from the field. The Thunder leading by 7. Shoots from the corner.
Katie.
Durant with another miss.
I tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
Well, you knew something was amiss with Durant last year. They eventually shut him down for the entire season after he was injured, which was the safe thing to do and the right thing to do.
Absolutely. When you have a franchise player trying to work back from injury, you know.
Cash money. I'm gonna brag on it. Really is.
No need to try and get a few more games from him at the list of derailing his career.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City.
Oh, that's hard.
Dennis Cantor's checked in for Durant. Schrempf comes in for Big. And Wilkins up in for Russell Westbrook. And the Thunder making a switch here. The pocket is checked in. I'm on creep. To the inside. Here's Cummings. No luck. Some solid defense from Ibaka. The Thunder leading by 6. Shrimp. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
And he's starting to get what he wants here early.
I told you this team was butt.
For Durant, KD did try to return last season, but that foot just wouldn't cooperate, and that's when they had to shut him down.
The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything. One last thing with Durant's foot. Foot injuries can be a scary thing in the NBA. Along with knees, those are the injuries you don't want to risk anything with.
That was a good rebound right there, but they haven't been very strong on the glass so far.
Mark, a little disparity there in the rebound numbers, but some of that comes down to how the ball bounces. Let's see if it evens out.
The shot by Wiggins. Shot is no good. So Milwaukee will take it the other way. Here's Dandridge. And the Bucks miss again. Another shot. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on
that. Oh, you trash.
Fast break, Milwaukee. Second shot opportunity. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. Milwaukee the rebound.
Shoot it again, boys.
And he throws it down hard with one hand.
And the dunk was nice, Kevin, but the move he made to free himself up was a thing of beauty.
It sure was, Greg. What a savvy play to get into position for that jam.
Heads up basketball, plain and simple, guys.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder.
Let's put all these back. I got all my trash players. Hey.
And the Thunder going with a whole new group out there. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Andrew Bogut, he's checked in for Abdul-Jabbar. Monroe comes in for Cummings. Giannis Antetokounmpo's checked in for Dandridge. And lights out subbed in for Moncrief. That one is off. And he sinks the second. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 6 of 14 shooting the ball since the start of the game. The drive by Jackson brings it from 17 feet out.
I mean, even he was surprised to be that open.
Take against McMillan.
Go, boy. Why you gonna miss?
Monroe outside. Got it up.
That was a 2-pointer, man. Right.
And Serge Ibaka, becoming known for his shooting ability now. He talked about the confidence his teammates and his coach instilled.
He trusts you. Every time he passes the ball, when you don't shoot, he screams you, shoot ball. Then next time what? You will shoot. And if he misses, he say, yeah, good shot.
Bay.
Well, if you wonder how much difference a coach can make for a player, there it is. Huh?
You heard it in Serge's voice, too. That confidence has already been planted in him. That voice telling him, shoot the ball, it is now in his own head. He's going to be just fine.
Oh, man, I was trying to pull that. Oh, man.
And off we go, a close game. Now starting the second quarter. What do you guys think about the Thunder here in this one?
I just like the way they're getting out in the open court, taking advantage of all those fast break chances here early on.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, they can run, and they've done a good job filling the lanes in transition.
We've got Gary Payton. Ennis Cantor is out there, Kevin. And it's Durant. And it's Westbrook in at the point. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. Here's Westbrook. 11 points in the game. Westbrook. Back in the Thunder last season,
why is that red?
Too many injuries to the bulk of their core.
And, you know, the big three, Durant, Westbrook, and Ibaka, all missed significant time. Only Westbrook of those three was able to finish the season.
And here's Robertson outside, and Cantor pulls it down. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter.
You missed that, I quit.
And, you know, coaches just love players who they can count on to give that effort defensively.
And he clearly is one of those guys, Greg. We saw it right there. Nice work forcing that miss. How about that fantastic finish? And you talk about momentum. That sort of action delivers a type of energy to your team that you just can't quantify.
You know what? I'm going to quantify it right now, Clark. And this is a close game, and that was something special.
And really, in a game, you guys, in a game like this, though, when you have a chance to send a message, you do. And boy, did ever on that play.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia. And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. Well, Milwaukee last year became just the 9th team in NBA history to go from Greg being the worst in the league to a playoff team.
Unbelievable what they accomplished. And they had a tough matchup in the first round with the playoff season Bulls, however. Things didn't go well, but they did get some valuable experience from that effort.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Cantor. Steven Adams comes in for Kemp. And lights out subbed in for Gary Payton.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
Is that what?
And here's the fast break. Durant leading the way.
I was trying to listen to my music.
He kicks it to Harden. Shot on the wing.
Oh, my freaking God.
Milwaukee will come the other way.
Well, as you said, guys, I mean, the Bucks struggled early in their series against the Bulls, but they got the momentum and forced a Game 6, but then were blown out at home to end the series.
So
ended up losing by 54. That's right, 54. Wow.
And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Thunder trailing by 3.
Wait.
Oh, this is
Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Near the three-point line, it's Westbrook, and he tries off the glass, but it's no good.
And as you said, the Bucks lost on their home floor. One thing about that series is the Bucks introduced their new logo. They gave away free playoff tickets to anyone that turned in their old red gear. Not a bad deal in my book.
Feeds it to Pressey. Kicks to Bogut. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. When you look at the roster of the Thunder from last year, Clark, they knew how to build from within.
Well, last season's roster, everybody but one player was either drafted or acquired via trade. That's a rare combo in the NBA.
Looking at who's out there now for the Thunder. Enes Kanter's checked in for Adams. Schrempf comes in for Kevin Durant. Payton, he's checked in for Russell Westbrook. And Wilkins subbed in for Lights Out. The Bucks making a switch here. Cummings is checked in. Moncrief kicks to Abdul-Jabbar. That's good, and it's his 4th basket of the game. He's a strong 4 for 6.
And guys, for the Thunder, listen, they're not a big market team. They've had to make sacrifices with money to stay competitive. They do a terrific job with the limitations that small market presents.
And the jam by Terry Cummings.
I tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here, and he shattered the backboard.
And, you know, as we've seen, success in the NBA can come in a lot of different packages. I mean, it can't happen without the big free agent signing or spending. it helps to draft a guy like Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook for that matter.
Thunder trailing by 5. Wilkins passes to Payton. Schrempf dishes to Cantor to the left side wing. Shoots from the baseline. Ibaka, no luck.
Yeah, but the hand in the face. It's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
Allen for 3. Allen with another miss. Thunder shooting in the second quarter has been pretty embarrassing, just 27%.
And one area where they haven't struggled has been transition.
Yeah, I think that may be their ticket out of the hole. Look for even more of those quick hitters.
And Kareem throws it down.
And Kevin, plays like that are really the reason they've got a nice lead right now. Just a great job on the glass.
And Greg, the jam and the follow gets their whole bench jumping. Clark, look at them. They are really into it.
Yeah, they sure are. And that's a little salt in the wound there. I mean, they take a miss and turn it into one of the plays of the game. That hurts.
Sean Kemp, he's checked in for the Thunder.
You know, and Billy Donovan, the Oklahoma City Thunder, were able to pull him away from the college game last season, signed him to a 5-year deal in the middle of last year's playoff.
Thunder trailing by 5.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
The Thunder shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight. Well, it was a season last year of heartbreak and change for the Thunder, narrowly missing the playoffs as the Pelicans beat them out for that 8th position.
Yeah, and they were teetering back and forth on that 8th spot for most of the year.
Whoa. And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
I tell you what, I used to love to go up and jam like that.
The Thunder shoot. Their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
Yeah, pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
One of the things they've done, guys, is taken pride in their free throw shooting this season, and rightfully so.
To the paint, here's Abdul-Jabbar, and he goes in for the dunk.
Kevin, he's definitely making his presence felt here in the first half. He's been very effective so far.
Pass to Schrempf. Fade away. No luck. And the first half is now in.
Well, Kevin,
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We welcome you back to a competitive matchup for Milwaukee in the first quarter. Some good moments from both teams, but as the first period wrapped up, they trailed by 2. The second quarter was when things really. And now, folks, it's just about time for the third quarter.
Welcome back, everyone. We're ready to get going again as this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports continues. Players are topped off with Gatorade, hydrated, and ready to get going again as well. Really an incredible game from Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
I tell you what, though, it's going to be important to see if they can slow him down in the second half, because so far they have not had anybody that can disrupt his rhythm down low.
Well, how about guys mixing up the looks? I mean, bump him out a little bit, front him, double him, anything to try to get him off his rhythm.
And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got, we've got Dandridge. Cummings is out there with Abdul-Jabbar. Then there's Robertson. And it's Allen in at the shooting guard. Payton kicks to Harden. Westbrook passes to Durant. The 3 from Harden. Another miss by Harden.
It's just been a brutal outing for him. He still hasn't managed to make a shot, and the team is struggling because of it. Wow, you don't see him make plays like that very often. That's a nice move there for the basket.
Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
And it's Durant missing. Dandridge can't make it work. Under trailing by 7. Durant dishes to Westbrook. That's good, and a nice assist from Durant. 15 points for Russell Westbrook.
Excellent vision by Durant out there. What a nice pass.
And guys,
they can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
He became the second youngest player to get to 15,000 points.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. For Durant getting to 15,000 points, the only player, Clark, to do it quicker was LeBron James.
Yeah, and it's even more impressive when you realize that Durant did spend 1 year in college, Kevin. You take a year off his age, and he and LeBron got to that point plateau in virtually the same amount of time.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Adams, he's checked in for Durant. McMillan comes in for Gary Payton. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Russell Westbrook. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Screen by Monroe. Moncrief kicks to Bogut. Takes it off the glass. Bogut's got his first bucket of the night.
Check out these handles. That's rush hour handle. Not midday, not early morning. That's rush hour handle. That nasty spin just froze the defender. You know, not really a significant margin in terms of them rebounding, but enough to get the job done.
Yeah, but one more advantage in the stat column, and that's what's translated to this lead. Oh, man, still a goose egg for him in the scoring column.
Antetokounmpo against Adams, and Antetokounmpo skins it in.
Now that was pretty. That was just a nice-looking reverse jam right there.
Use the rim, Clark, to protect the ball, I think, too, a little bit.
Yeah, did a nice job with it.
Hey, guys, how about the awareness there with that finish in traffic? And you know what? His mind's playing tricks on him right now because he's not going to live that one down easily.
Thunder trailing by 9. Harden outside. And it comes off the front of the rim. Well, the Bucks made huge strides as a team last season. Greg, most of it came from them establishing themselves as a top-tier defensive team.
And Kevin, as you know, that's really where it starts for all the elite teams. And the Bucks defensively were very strong. You look at the metrics that measure a lot of the defensive categories. Bucks finished with the second-best defensive rating in the NBA.
And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. Great D that time from Kemp. The Thunder shooting has been wayward so far. Only 37% from the floor. And that one's good from McMillan.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
Antetokounmpo can't get it to go.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Deflects the pass. And it's the Bucks on the break. A huge slam, the perfect end of a fast break.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. And, guys, the Greek Freak really improved his numbers across the board last season. Giannis was up in every measurable category except three-point percentage.
He's really improved his shooting, though, overall. The three ball still eludes him a little bit here and there. But what I like, Kevin, is his aggressiveness. That's what's making the difference in his game right now.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
going back to Giannis, he has the physical makeup and skill set to be a triple-double guy. I mean, there's no reason that he shouldn't be able to fulfill his potential, except consistency. That's the area he's got to tighten up.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Cantor checked in for Steven Adams. Durant comes in for lights out. Wilkins is checked in for McMillan. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Reggie Jackson. Cantor against Cummings. Pressey passes to Allen. He's looking for Abdul-Jabbar and finds him. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits.
And talking about Giannis, he was clearly one of the very best players in that 2013 draft. Selected number 15 overall by the Bucks. And if you looking back, to me, that's what we'd have to call a steal with the kind of player he's developed into.
It's Durant with the drive. The rebound by the Bucks.
You know, so many games are decided by which team wins the rebound battle. And that's held true in this one so far.
And Clark, their effort on the glass has given them the advantage, but it's also been the effort in general that's made a difference.
3 straight hoops in transition now. They'll want to end that trend in a hurry.
Yeah, no excuse for giving up the easy, fast break baskets like they have. They've got to do a better job of engaging there. It has been a 3-point barrage for them since halftime.
Not sure if it's been by design or simply by accident, but either way, it has been impressive.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
This season, he has been absolutely locked in at the free throw line. How about 90%?
You know, he's been one of those players they've wanted on the line as much as possible this season, especially in close games, guys.
Allen with it. Wilkins picks him up. And it's Abdul-Jabbar penetrating. Here's Allen. Up and in on the layup. Allen's got the lead up to 11 now for the Bucks.
They haven't been as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. They're playing smart with the lead. I like that. They're being very selective and deliberate in their offense. And that's a good strategy when you're on top.
They retain possession. Cantor dishes to Westbrook. Offensive rebound. And here is Abdul-Jabbar. 15 points in the game. Unloads from 13. And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. Here's Robertson. Inside, you've got Ibaka and Cantor. Wilkins is out there with Payton, and it's Schrempf in at the small forward spot. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City.
And he could be the guy to put this game out of reach.
To the middle, deflects the pass. Wilkins kicks to Cantor. Here's Schrempf. That one goes. Count it.
Defender a little hesitant to offer resistance as he bursts to the hoop.
Bucks leading by 12. Here's Moncrief. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Bucks?
They keep piling up the assists, and they haven't cooled off at all.
Well, you've also got to love how aggressively they've taken that ball to the basket and scored off dribble penetration.
And it's Schrempf again missing.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboards.
They've done a lot of things well today, but really it's about what they've done on the backboard that's at the top of that list. And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
Yeah, heat check or not, I don't care how hot he may or may not be. He's not making that one.
Shoots from the line. That's good from Cantor on the assist by Wilkins. 6 points for Enes Kanter.
Consistency all game long. He's going to continue, I think, to have to take it over to get them back in the game.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee.
Yeah, and a big year for Enes Kanter last season. I mean, traded from the Jazz to the Thunder and finally saw the minutes that he was hoping for.
And Kanter did play well with the increased minutes last season, Clark. Averaged a double-double after the trade.
I think it was a great fit for him in Oklahoma City. He still has work to do, but now that he feels like he's in the right environment, I think we're going to see that great potential of his start to come to fruition.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Jason Kidd was saying to his team. He said, we are this close to finishing them off, but the job is not done yet, and I don't want to see any let-up out there. We'll see how well his point got across, guys.
Thanks a lot, Doris. Drive by Adams, and he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Robertson against Payton. Dishes it to Red. Here's Monroe. And the rebound goes to the Thunder.
Boy, he really bungled that finish.
No one near Westbrook as he lets it go. A quick shot there, and it's off target.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall. Just too dangerous of a shooter to leave alone from beyond the arc.
Harden the pass to Westbrook. From downtown, another miss by Westbrook.
He's still looking for his first three-pointer of the second half after making just one in the first.
There's the double team with Westbrook. And it's the Thunder with the ball. Thunder trailing by 16. Payton, good.
And really a good job spotting his teammate near the bucket and then just pinpoint passing for the finish.
Stolen by Westbrook. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Robertson kicks to Red. Back to Robertson. For three. It's hauled in by Adams. Oklahoma City's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Westbrook, no good.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
And Mitch McGarry is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
Looking at who's out there now for the Thunder. Kemp comes in for McGarry. And Durant subbed in for Steven Adams.
And check out the bounce.
Oh, bounce to the ounce. Clark, how about that?
Yeah.
All right, showing him off
Kevin.
right there. Good move.
You said it, my man. He's a highlight reel waiting to happen.
And the dunk by Abdul-Jabbar.
And with that basket, you'd have to think this lead is secure.
I'm almost ready to go there with you, partner. Not quite.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
I need a little more evidence to close the book on.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. They're down by 18. There's 1:47 left in the fourth quarter. A different look for Milwaukee. Giannis Antetokounmpo comes in for Dandridge. And it's Moncrief in for Robertson. Good.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
It's tipped. Durant with the steal. 133. Left to play in the final quarter. Harden has a wide open look. Drills the three-pointer.
Man, that's sure got to be a load off his mind after not hitting a single three-pointer in that first half.
Kemp against Antetokounmpo. Shot on the wing, and it doesn't even draw iron.
And it's still a close game. I mean, despite the fact that they've struggled to compete on the boards.
Yeah, you know, but down the stretch here, guys, they'll summon that extra effort to try and get it done, I think.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for the Bucks.
Good point, Steve. And Clark, they had to battle for this win. There were times when it looked like it was maybe slipping away a bit, but they never let that happen, which I thought was a real credit to them.
I like their fortitude, their toughness, particularly in terms of dealing with adversity. Anytime things didn't go their way, they just put their nose down and stayed with it. And because of that, they were able to pull away.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Durant. Schrempf comes in for lights out. Jackson, he's checked in for Payton. And Wilkins subbed in for Russell Westbrook. .40 seconds left in the game. The three. Detlef Schrempf, and that's good. Schrempf's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for Oklahoma City. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
And you can hear the disappointment in the crowd tonight. But we saw a team that was just ready to do battle in this arena. They clearly wanted this road.
Crystal clearly. They came in here determined to steal this game, Greg. Their effort level, I thought, was outstanding, and they just took care of business.
Allen outside. Moncrief misses there. And so it's the Bucks taking care of business in this one. And in the win, a comfort.